What is up guys, Top Tier Yu-Gi-Oh here, and today I just want to share with you some Burning Abyss Orcust combos. For this first combo, we're going to be ending on Beatrice plus Dingirsu, Galatea, and Crescendo. But instead of the Galatea, Crescendo, and Dingirsu, we could also end on the field spell and then Topologic Bomber Dragon. So we have that option of ending on either Orcust board. I just like this one because you don't want your Topologic Bomber Dragon to destroy your Beatrice, which, kind of sucks, but this is kind of the preferred board that I like. And it's only a 2-card combo. All you need for it is Fiendish, Rhino Warrior, or Graph, either one of those, and then any special summon level 3 monster. So it can be any of the other Burning Abyss monsters except Seer, or like a Danger, or Psychic, Wheeler, or Tracker. There's a lot of things that work, but you just need one of these two and literally any other special summon level 3. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so starting with Fiendish, Rhino Warrior, and then Burning Abyss, or again, any level 3 special summon monster, what you're going to do is normal summon the Rhino Warrior, special summon whatever you're going to special summon, and then you overlay both of them for a Dante. Now you have to activate Dante's effect, and now the purpose of activating Dante's effect is not to actually mill, but rather is to trigger the Fiendish Rhino Warrior, and so how many monsters you mill is really kind of up to you, but again, because we're only trying to trigger Rhino Warrior's effect, not actually mill from the deck, I usually just like to do one, because you don't want to risk milling something that you need, and there's not really that much that you can mill that's going to be instantly beneficial, nothing else is going to give you that instant gratification, and so, because we already got Rhino Warrior, there's nothing else that really matters. So, activate Dante's effect to mill, whatever, one. It doesn't really matter what you send either, as long as it's not Seer. And then what you're going to do is activate Rhino Warrior's effect to send Graph to the graveyard. And now Graph is going to special summon Seer. So now we have Dante and Seer on the field. We are going to link both of these for a Nightmare something. Either a Cerberus or a Phoenix, whichever one you want to waste. I'd usually go for Cerberus first, but I saw Phoenix first in the extra deck. So now what we do is we activate Dante and Seer's effects. Dante is going to add back Seer. Seer is going to special summon Dante. Next, we are going to a Nightmare Mermaid. And now for Nightmare Mermaid's effect, we don't want to discard the Seer, but we open with 5 cards. We're going to discard one of those other cards to special summon a Nightmare from our deck. So we're going to get the Orcust Nightmare. Next, we're going to use this Seer to go into Beatrice. Now we can link the Mermaid and Nightmare away for Galatea. Now we can activate Nightmare's effect by banishing it, and then we're gonna send Harp Horror to the graveyard. Now we're gonna activate Harp Horror's effect, banish that, special summon Symbol Skeletons. Now we are going to link these two away into Dingirsu. Now we can activate the Symbol Skeletons in our graveyard. We can banish this, special summon the Galatea. We can activate Galatea's effect. We have 3 Orcust cards that are banished. We can shuffle any one of them into the deck. That's going to allow us to either get Crescendo or to get the field spell. Either one, it's up to you. But just for this combo, I do like getting the Crescendo. So that's going to be set, but this is what we have. Then we can make Dingirsu on either one of them. I like to make it on top of the Dingirsu just because you don't want to give your opponent 2 extra deck zones, especially not this format where you're potentially going against Thunder Dragons or Pendulums. That just seems crazy to me to give them 2 zones. So I am not about that. So I like making it on the Dingirsu. And then when Dingirsu is summoned, assuming we're going first, obviously your opponent doesn't have anything that you want to send to the graveyard, but you can attach one of your banished Orcust monsters to it. And so, again, up to you. You can attach whichever one you want. And this is the board, pretty much. And so I like this board a lot because you have 2 forms of disruption. You have the Beatrice, and you have the Crescendo. But then you also have Dingirsu that's protecting all of them. So you're not going to just lose to, a random MST on your Crescendo. That's not going to happen. Or Twin Twisters. So you have Dingirsu to protect any of your cards. Galatea is also linked, so it can be destroyed by battle. And so this board is pretty protected, and even if all else fails, like this is pretty sticky, but even if they get over it, you have Dante that's going to float. And if you play Dante Pilgrim, you can have something that you can summon with the Beatrice, or you could just summon a second Dante. So you have floaters, you have protection, you have disruption with both of these. This is a really good board, and so I'm definitely a big fan of this right now. But alternatively, if you're playing in a matchup to where the Topologic board is going to be better, what you could have done instead is to, instead of searching this, search the field spell, and then overlay the Galatea, and overlay the Galatea with Dingirsu, and you would make it under Dingirsu's link point, of course, and attach again whatever. Probably in this case, you'd want to make sure you get Harp Horror in the graveyard, because you're going to make a Topologic play, and so you want to have that Harp to get the 2 disruptions. But you would make the Dingirsu over the Galatea here, and then go into the Topologic Bomber Dragon. Now again, the downside with this is that if the Topologic Bomber Dragon is triggered, it's going to destroy your Beatrice. And so what you have to do when you have this board is to make sure that you're using Beatrice's disruption first. Like, make sure you do that before you get your Topologic triggered. But in this format, like, there's so many things that special summon from the hand that it's kind of difficult to control. Like, your opponent activates a danger effect, special summons in front of Topologic Dragon, and they just 1-for-1 with your Beatrice. And that's like not how you want this to go. And so that's why I usually tend to not go for this board unless you really have to. Like, if you're against like Danger Thunder, this board is infinitely better than just the Crescendo and the Beatrice. But it has its downsides as well. So I don't want to blind make Topologic Bomber Dragon. Not with a Beatrice under it. But yeah, you pretty much just have to use the Beatrice first. If you can't do that, then what you could also do is activate Beatrice's effect to send Scarm. And then Scarm is going to at least get you a Tour Guide in the end phase to at least give you a really strong follow-up play on your next turn. Like, if they clear your board and don't kill you, or if they don't clear your board and don't kill you, then you still have a really good follow-up play to probably OTK them next turn. Something else that you could maybe do is you could use this effect to already go ahead and dump Symbol Skeletons. That's going to play around Ash on the Harp Horror if they have that. I mean, if they had Ash, they probably would have stopped you, but barring anything else ridiculous happening, that's a solid play as well. If you play the like, what's it called? Like the Orochi card, you could dump that. There's a couple of good things that you can send with Beatrice that are solid on your opponent's turn. But generally, I like to go for the Crescendo board with Beatrice. But you have that option, and that's the important thing. The next combo that I want to show you guys is how we can do the exact same thing with any 3 Burning Abyss monsters or any 3 special summons, as long as it doesn't conflict with the Burning Abyss monsters. So it could be like 2 Burning Abyss monsters and a Danger, or something like that. Like, there's a ton of ways you can do it, as long as the Burning Abyss monsters aren't going to like destroy themselves somehow. So if you have a way of protecting them, then it's going to work out. And so for that combo, again, same exact board, what we're going to do is start by special summoning, any 2 of them. And now this is crazy. Like, we get straight going to an Orcust play right here. Just 2 special summons, and it's that easy. And that's one of the benefits of playing this deck. But what we're going to do in this case, since we're trying to go for that board, we're not just trying to do the Orcust combo, we're trying to add a Beatrice on top of that. We're going to link both of these away into a Cherubini. And now we can either normal summon or special summon the Scarm. Obviously, it's better than normal summon because we're going to get the effect. But if you're trying to play around something and you don't want to use your normal summon quite yet, like maybe you still have a Tour Guide in your hand or a Rhino Warrior or something else, who knows what you have. You could have like a Symbol Skeletons that you could actually normal summon and do this combo with. But as long as you get that other level 3 monster on the board, it's going to work out. So, either special summon, normal summon, doesn't matter. Now we're going to activate Cherubini's effect. Cherubini is going to send Graph to the graveyard. Then Graph's effect to special summon the Seer. Now we overlay the Seer and the Burning Abyss monster, go into a Dante. And now in this combo, we don't need to trigger anything right now that's attached to the Dante, so we don't need to use the effect. Like, you have the option to, and there's certain scenarios where it's, a good idea, but it's not necessary by any means. So we're not going to in this combo. Now what we do is we link Dante and Cherubini into our Nightmare. And then we're going to activate Dante and Seer's effect. Once again, Seer is going to special summon Dante. Dante is going to add back the Seer. Now, from here, it's the exact same combo. So we go into the Mermaid. Mermaid's going to discard something else from our hand. Special summon the Nightmare. Then we're going to use the Seer that was in our hand that we added back with the Dante to make Beatrice under the Mermaid. And then we link Mermaid and Nightmare together for Galatea. Activate Nightmare's effect. Special summon, or not special summon, but send Harp Horror to the graveyard. Harp Horror's effect. Special summon Skeletons. Skeletons and Galatea are going to go into Dingirsu. Skeletons revive Galatea. Galatea effect to, again, once again set Crescendo or the field spell depending on the scenario. And also the reason you use Galatea's effect like the second time you summon it, not the first time, is generally just to play around some hand traps, and so you don't want to like get it ghost ogred because that like stops the rest of this play. But if it gets ghost ogred here, at least you still have the Dingirsu. And so it's kind of better to do it before. Because also, if you do it the first time and you set Crescendo, you're going to end up with Crescendo and then no Orcust card. And so you're not going to even be able to use it. But again, on the second time, then even if you still get Crescendo, you still have Dingirsu. Or you can go into Babel or the field spell and then link both of these into a Topologic Bomber Dragon if you wanted to. So you have those options that you normally wouldn't have if you do it on the first time and it gets ghost ogred or something. But obviously other forms of disruption like Veiler and Permanents, other things do exist. Or even like a Ghost Spell or a DD Crow. That happening or Symbol Skeletons can also kind of ruin your day. So you have those options on when you want to use it. It just depends on what you're trying to play around. But yeah, from here it's the exact same combo. Then we just overlay for the Dingirsu, or we could do that and then go into the Bomber Dragon. So same combo, but we can do it with just 3 Burning Abyss monsters or any 3 special summons. It's going to work out either way pretty much. And now the problem with both of those combos is that they're very reliant on like the effect that's sending the graph to the graveyard. Both of those plays, like for the first one, if they Ash your Rhino Warrior, your turn ends with a Dante in defense probably, and that's like unless you have like another special summon, but that's awful. And in this play, if they stop the Cherubini, then again you're passing on like just Cherubini maybe, and that's or Cherubini and whatever your other monster was, but that sucks too. Or I guess there you could still go into your Orcust play, but this next combo I'm going to show you kind of plays around if they have the ability to stop the Rhino Warrior or whatever is sending graph to the graveyard. Because in this combo we're going to have 2 ways to do it. And so for this next combo, again, it's really similar, but I like it because it allows you to play around Ash Blossom on your Rhino Warrior or on your Cherubini. And so it starts off relatively similar. You're going to normal summon the Rhino Warrior, special summon a BA, but this time instead of going into the Dante, we're going to link both of them away into the Cherubini. So now you can activate the Rhino Warrior's effect, in which case you would dump the graph, special summon the Seer. But if they have an Ash Blossom for the Rhino Warrior or for the graph, you can always just do the exact same thing with the Cherubini instead. And so that's going to get you to the same point, even if they have an Ash Blossom, which is really, really cool. But something else that I like about this play is that what you can do is, again, Rhino Warrior dump graph, special summon Seer, special summon your other Burning Abyss monster, and then you can go into a Dante, activate Dante's effect by detaching the Seer, mill some number of cards. In this case, it's actually pretty good to get some Orcust things in the graveyard, but it doesn't really matter what. Then you can use Seer to revive one of your Burning Abyss monsters, and now you can link both of these away into your Nightmare. Start going into your Orcust plays, and whatever Dante is going to add back, you can use it to discard for the Mermaid. So this is like a real, true 3-card combo that's going to get you through your Orcust plays, which is like crazy to say, like, oh, a 3-card combo for standard Orcust play. But again, this does give you an extra link to on top of that's going to protect you. Like there are lots of other things that you can kind of do on top of it that make it so powerful. Or if you're going second, this kind of helps you go for game because that extra 2 link material might be the Boral Sword that you need to go on top of your board, or help you get some more damage. And so I do like this play a lot. But alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this combo video. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what else you would like to see in the comments section. If you guys would be interested in a deck profile, maybe some test hands, maybe more combos. There's a lot more that you can do with this deck if you guys want to see it. But just let me know what you guys would like to see, and I'll try to get started on it. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.